Good morning. I'm Dwayna Charrington. I'm an elder serving in my third year on the Congregational Care Ministry team and as the moderator for the nominating committee. I'm sharing an update from session with you this morning. I do have a shameless plug. The Congregational Care team is always looking for new members to join this important team. So if you're interested in that, see me after worship. In fact, several of our ministry teams could use new members. All of our adult, not all, our adult education team will be in the need of new leadership soon. And if Christian education classes for adults are a passion of yours, please contact Allison Mills for more information. Remember that within our ministry team structure, we have a shared leadership model that requires an elder to walk alongside congregation members to do that ministry's activities and work. Please follow your passions and get involved in God's work at Crossroads in the ministry teams that are speaking to you. Session is, of course, thrilled to have our head of staff, lead pastor in place. Pastor Susan has been meeting people, getting to know our ministries and all of us, and, of course, leading us in worship. Meet and greet opportunities with Pastor Susan will be coming up soon. They are being organized through the office and deacons, and information will be shared with you in the next weeks. The session also has been and continues to be so thankful for our interim staff members. We have finalized their employment contracts for the upcoming months. The interim head of staff, Ann Audie, will hand off to the permanent head of staff, Susan Sitzma-Broth, to allow Susan adequate time in September and October to focus on relationship building, and will continue in her supervisory role with that program staff through the end of October. She will then transition that responsibility to Susan over the month of November, and will then wrap up and hand off any remaining projects in process to Susan throughout the month of December and be finished sometime that month. In the short time that Interim Operations Director Joanne Steidinger has been on staff in the capacity, it quickly became apparent that the position requires more than 20 hours a week. Session is increasing her hours to full-time, effective immediately, and she has accepted a contract that will go through the end of the fiscal year, June 30, 2020. This change allows us to have strong operational support in place so that as Ann moves out at the end of the year, Susan is not burdened with operational issues, but can focus on the responsibilities for which she was hired. Our interim ministry directors have all agreed to remain in their positions through the program year in June 2020, for which we are very thankful. My final piece of information also involves our staffing. We have entered the first steps towards filling the position of an associate pastor of adult ministries. The nominating committee has found those persons that God has called to us to be our associate pastor nominating committee. They are, and if you're here, please stand and wave just a second. They are Greg Johnson, Jackie Globkey, Jeff Wolf, Megan Olson, and Georgianne Luce. Session has asked to convene a congregational meeting on Sunday, October 13th, after the 9 a.m. service for the purposes of electing the APNC. We have also had a resignation from session from our dear brother, Steve Sandusky. He and his wife have moved to Door County, and he feels he will not be able to remain active enough in the Crossroads family to serve as an elder. The nominating team is pleased to let you know that Diane Tegmeyer has answered the call to take the remainder of Steve's elder assignment. Diane? There she is. This will be through June 2021. We will be adding her election to the congregational meeting on October 13th. If you have any questions about these or any other issues, please join us at the session Q&A in the CLC after worship today. Thank you for blessing me with this chance to serve you. It continues to be an honor.